Good morning, pregame crew. It is Thursday, April 13th, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. I'm going to say hello to my friends and I'll officially get started in 10 minutes. We have PPI and we have initial jobless claims coming out in 9 minutes. And I know it's kind of weird. Lori, you say you're going live at 8:30. I need to get myself warmed up. I need to say hello to my friends. I need some casualness at the beginning. I still do technical analysis, but I just need to kind of find my rhythm, you know? So good morning, Shaken Back, Renaissance, Andre, Casey. Hey, Night Truck, Lisa, Duke of Booze. Hola, Carlos. Hey, Train Man, you're so nice. Hey, Tuscaloosa Bum. Audrey, Sal, Sir Fernando. Hi, Ed. Hey, B-Hawk, Tom. Homebody. Thanks, Bob. Hey, Basque. Hey, Nugget. Hey, Mal. Good morning. I hope y'all are doing great today. Hi, Josh. And this is your friendly reminder to be friendly. Be nice. You never know what someone else is going through. We have a lot of people with a lot of struggles behind closed doors. So just always be nice. When you have a choice, and you always have a choice. Hey, Josh. Josh Joe, I like that. Hey, Mavic, are there any chart requests? Let's go back up to the top, make sure I didn't miss anything. Did anybody get any of the Queen of the Mountain trades yesterday? NVDA, AI, Tesla shorts, any of those? It was just a beautiful day. I think it was one of the most successful pregame shows as far as laying out the roadmap that I've had in a while. It was one of my best trading days that I've had in a while. So I hope it was a great trading day for you. Hey, Dave. Hey, Tess and AO. Nobody wants to look at charts? I was looking at Netflix this morning, watching Dan's video from last night at this potential weekly head and shoulders. We have plenty of room for a weekly high or low. Daily hit a downtrend, but we're hitting the 50 MA. That is a lot of charts look the same. Look at Amazon hitting the daily 50 MA. Downtrend. Netflix downtrend. It's like kind of like a do or die moment. And I don't know if that moment is going to get answered today, or the question, will these hold, get answered today or tomorrow on bank earnings. Hey, King Carlos. Merc. Hey, Sarana, Paul, Dave. Potential daily bull flag, man. Healthcare looks so good. But that is a clear double top. We are breaking above it here in pre-market. Why does a 52-week range say 115.49? That doesn't make any sense. 1 second. I don't know why that says 115.49. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. That's a mistake on TradingView's part. This thing looks beautiful. Daily bull flag confirming in pre-market. Nothing wrong with this chart. Nothing. Yeah, Lily looks very similar. Lily is closer to a double top, though. It is not at an all-time high. Merck looks great. Pullbacks are for buying until the bears show the white of their eyes, and they have not. Okay, LTC. Four-hour lower high is anticipated. When I see these really big pullbacks, I will do this when I'm not even demonstrating it for y'all. When I'm doing it just for myself, I will go draw a box there. And you can start doing that. And that tells you, hey, the more likely scenario is a lower high. And why do I say that? From the low of April 10th at 6 a.m. on the 4-hour, to the high of April 10th on the 11 o'clock hour, we've pulled back almost 95%. So when you pull back that deeply, a lower high is anticipated. It doesn't mean it will happen, but that is the more likely scenario. So I go draw a box there and say, okay, remember, be a bear, be a bear. And then you're just looking for shorter term time frame entries. This is still healthy, no big issues yet. 94. If it loses 93.68, that would be loss of a 15-minute uptrend, and that could be a trigger for that short. If you're in long, I'd stay in long as these 15-minute EMAs and 5-minute moving averages are below you. Oh, good, Sandor. That's awesome. Same thing. I love being a capitalist. Same thing for me. A lot are at support. XBI. I would still call 77.89 and 77.55 a double top. Yes, it broke, but that's not a convincing break whatsoever. Bulls are trying. They're slightly green. Let's look at it on lower term time frames. So here, if I had to say, okay, what's the trade setup here? I would say it would be shorting 77.38. And all of this is within context. There's all these nuances that I don't explain. And if you've been around here before, you know that I always say I'm looking for trades that are in line with the market conditions. If the market is a raging bull right here, this may not be the place to top fish XBI. And I go look for a long trade versus looking for a short trade. So when different sectors or names are closely correlated with the indices and the index is going crazy bull, I don't want to be a crazy bear. Sound. Sound and AI look real different. Okay, let's be clear here. A weekly lower high is the more likely scenario compared to this high up here. A weekly lower high is the more likely scenario. So where will that lower high get set? And that, of course, is up to the bulls. So we have an EQ forming here on the daily, or up to the bears, I should say. 4-hour EMA suppressing price, hourly EMA suppressing price. Aggressive bulls would look to top fish 285. Aggressive bears. Conservative bears will look to top fish 307. I don't like this long because this weekly scenario and these downtrends on even lower time frames. So 285 for aggressive bears, 307 for conservative bears. All right. Yeah, I was looking at SMH. This daily head and shoulders we talked about yesterday. The key for the daily head and shoulders is this 24928, and we're right here. So it is key. Let's delete the head and shoulders here because NVDA, that trade was the best trade yesterday, and I hope y'all took it on that daily head and shoulders. But always zoom out. Look at that. It's just another weekly inside bar. I mean, it's very healthy. Look at that. That could be a weekly bull flag. Now, ideally, we don't see these upper wicks on bull flags. We see lower wicks of bulls buying the dip, but this is declining bear volume on, well, this candle still has 2 days left in it, but this isn't unhealthy. And again, if you've been around these parts, you know I like to talk about a faux head and shoulders. So sometimes, not every time, sometimes you'll see a head and shoulders, you'll see it break bear and not get a lot of follow through, and it was because it was a bull flag on a higher time frame. I see this on the 5-minute, I see this on the daily, I see this on so many time frames. Market is popping on PPI. Let's see what it is. It was negative 0.5 versus the 0.1 that it was expecting. Market popped on that. Let's see if the market's able to shake off this potential 4-hour bear flag. All right, let's go to indices. Let's get started with the day. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I am part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. And what I do here every day is I try to give you as many trading nuggets as I can to help you be a consistently profitable trader and get you ready for the trading day. So I do that by communicating with you via this table. So this table I gathered, okay, what are trends? What are correlations? And here's the things that I scan every morning, and I put it in a table to get myself organized, and it's an easy way for me to convey to you which way I'm looking. Now, this data changes things. So we have PPI data coming out and jobless claims came out. What were jobless claims? Oh, a little bit more than expected. So that's a bad news is good news type situation as well. So we had that, and we have bank earnings, big bank earnings starting tomorrow. So we are at a critical juncture. I think so. We are at the deciding place, and that decision will have to happen today or tomorrow. Is NVDA going to hold key support? Is SMH going to hold key support? Is Amazon going to hold the daily 50 MA? Is Netflix going to hold the daily 50 MA? All those questions need to be answered. So let's look at what a potential 4-hour bear flag. Did we just negate it? Not yet. Do y'all see that? The high of yesterday's reaction after the CPI to the low of yesterday around 4 o'clock. To that low, we still have a potential bear flag in play. Do you see it? So 0.382 is 41.36. We just popped above it, $1.75 and rejected. So bulls are not out of the woods yet. And I think it was Kevin that asked me yesterday, or asked the room, was this a bearish diamond reversal pattern forming on the hourly? And I told him, yes, it was. And it broke bear. So we still have a potential 4-hour bear flag. Bulls are not out of the woods yet. Bears are in shorter term control. And this weekly looks fine. It looks okay. It's not great, but it looks fine. And we're still holding the daily 8 EMA and daily support, 409,650. Key support. Yeah, hit the like button. You're on I-49, Trey. Say hello to my parents. All right. My parents' house is we're 25 minutes from I-49 in Woodworth. Okay. I know everyone listening wanted to know that. So you know what else we have overhead is that pesky hourly 50 MA, the Great Wall of Louisiana. So not only is this a potential 4-hour bear flag, we have that 50 MA to deal with, and all the moving averages are overhead. We have support on the hourly at 411.775 and then that 411.1025. All right, Nasdaq. Nasdaq lost daily support. ES did not. Let's toggle back and forth. This is the daily, all right? We're holding the 21 EMA on the Nasdaq, but look at ES. We're holding 8 EMA. So ES is holding daily support and the 8 EMA. Nasdaq is not. It is holding the 21 EMA. And again, this weekly chart is just fine. No big deal whatsoever. No harm, no foul. And if we look here, we have a potential bear flag on NASDAQ on the 4-hour still in play. So regardless of this little pop up, don't get snookered into bull positions at this point when we have bear flags on these 4-hour time frames, which is what's screaming at me more than anything. The fly in the ointment for bulls, in my opinion, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been strong overnight. We're holding the 4-hour 8. Sorry, y'all. We're holding the hourly EMAs, the 4-hour EMAs. This is beautiful. Second daily inside bar forming, and look at Ethereum. Ethereum broke that double top. Ethereum bulls are out for blood. So how can you trade this if you miss this? I would look for first 5-minute oversold conditions. You go set your alert. Tell me when Ethereum gets oversold. on the 5-minute, and I would trade it bull. To me, that's the fly in the ointment for bears. So let me write it. ES, Nasdaq, 4-hour potential bear flags. Hourly 50 MA overhead. Fly. Here's the fly in the ointment. And that's just a country saying for here's the problem. Here's the problem with getting overly bearish. Bitcoin and Ethereum are saying this is risk on environment. So those are the things that are the competing influences, I would say. All right. Gold. Gold just had a spike on that data. We broke through resistance, but that's still a double top. Congratulations, gold bulls, but that's not convincing yet. They need more follow through. So this has been a great bull chart. How do you trade it right now? I would wait for first 5-minute oversold for a long bounce. I think it's too dangerous for bears to be playing commodity up here at the 2050. Oil has been strong, maintaining the hourly EMAs, maintaining the 4-hour 8 EMA. Oil is fine. No big issues yet. They're front running 5-minute oversold. And inventory looks like it helped the oil bulls yesterday. And we have nat gas inventory today at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay. I don't like MARA or Riot. Randy, where they're located, MARA was unable to break the high of Tuesday yesterday, and Riot was able to break the high, but lower highs are still the more likely scenario on the daily time frame. No. It's holding up pretty good. With Bitcoin strong, it's hard for me to say that this is bearish. I'm sorry for changing my tune, but I just didn't like this bearish candle that formed on Riot yesterday with that big upper wick of profit taking. And MARA has an inside bar. I would still feel more comfortable top fishing than I would be going long up here with how extended it's been. Okay, get back to nat gas. Nat gas is a dumpster fire. As I said yesterday where did I say it? Right, here's the 7 a.m. candle. I said it right here. I said, this chart looks like my first marriage. It is a disaster of a chart. And that was the candle where I said it. Hopefully you got a bearish position on that gas because it's still a train wreck. We have inventory today. And just keep it in the mindset. This is the show me state. We're in Missouri nat gas. Bulls got to prove something. Okay, Dylan, good to know. All right, Apple. Let me go see my notes. So my notes are off screen. I copy and paste these for TCG members. When I'm done, I give them a copy of the table as well. So Apple daily downtrend yet holding the EMAs. 4-hour and hourly EMAs are overhead. Let's see if that's still the case. Yep. See that 50 EMA? It's a problem. It's a problem. And this morning I was really studying. I'm like, is this a falling wedge on the 2-hour? And I couldn't get the lines to match up. So I said, forget about it. Forget about it. However, it does have that psychology. If these lower lows are just not getting a ton of follow through. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm a mess. Y'all know I'm a mess. There are 300 of you and only 84 likes. Come on, y'all. Don't be stingy with your likes. All right. Amazon. Jassy, the CEO, had a shareholder letter that went out this morning. and he's also on CNBC, and he was saying it was an economically challenging year, and AWS is facing very specific challenges. So to me, it had a lot of bearish overtones. We're at the daily 50 MA. 96.29 is that key support it needs to hold. Is this an area where the Amazon bulls can step up and buy this dip? But this looks like a 4-hour bear flag. I'd feel more comfortable shorting 5-minute overbought conditions than I would be going long down here. Yeah, net looked good yesterday initially. When everything else was red, it looked pretty good. Baba, I just saw your message, JB. There's so many requests this morning, and it's hard for me to do them, but it looked like it was recovering pretty good, up 1%. Hang Seng was down. Hang Seng was green last night. Where is it? It was green last night, and DAX is pretty flat. Let's see. That low of yesterday needs to hold, or you are the next support's 92.06. Then you're down into gap fill territory. You're at the daily 50 MA. Bulls are trying to save it right now, but I wouldn't feel comfortable being a long on BABA. Okay. NVIDIA. We talked about this head and shoulders pattern on the daily. It's still legit. We're going to want to see 26395 lost during regular trading hours. We were here at the 21 EMA. Now, is this a weekly bull flag on a higher time frame? Is this a faux head and shoulders? Well, faux real, the bulls will tell us today. Bulls are bears. I think semis, I'm just going to make a bold statement. I think semis are going to be the sector to watch today. If we break down out of that head and shoulders, QQQ, everything else is just going to be, I don't want to say game over, but it's going to be really hard for them to hold up with semi-weak if semis confirm that head and shoulders. Semis and XLF, super important today. Okay, Tesla. I got this message yesterday. Lori, why, I'm not challenging you, but why do you keep saying Tesla looks weak? And so this was my, let's see, let me show you. So you could see how TCG works. Well, Lori, I'm not challenging you in any way, but I just wanted, this was a direct message and I copied it over to beginner questions. I just don't understand why you think it is weak. So 22 hours ago, I posted this table. Daily low or high, the more likely scenario. You see that daily downtrend? Daily 50 MA overhead. Volume isn't notable on the bounce. 50 RSI resistance. And then I went on to add hourly was overbought in a daily downtrend as well. So let's go look at that. We had a bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Can the bears confirm that? So we started out the day with one of the best setups that you're going to get handed on a silver platter. Hourly overbought in a daily downtrend. Y'all, this is like Michelangelo stuff, not my drawings, but just as far as technical analysis working out so well. I had some notes, some tidbits I wanted to share with y'all. Don't forget big bank earnings tomorrow. And when we see this edge present hourly overbought in a daily downtrend, market is not getting through the initial CPI high. We've got to hit that edge. What if the casino didn't hit its edge every time it presented itself? They'd be broke by noon. Every casino in the world would be closed down by noon today if they didn't hit it every time they see it. Oh, you're going to Natchitoches, get me a meat pie tray. So let's say, y'all, I don't know a lot about gambling, so just excuse my terrible analogies. But if a blackjack dealer, if she gets ace and a 2 and she gets 13 and she doesn't hit that every time, she should be fired. Because if you have one blackjack dealer doing that in your casino, you will have to close your doors. The people will win. So we have to follow our rules and our processes. And when we have a specific edge present, we don't need to doubt it. We, of course, go through all the logic and all the reasoning, and we hit that edge consistently. So I also just did this quick this morning. So part of Annie Duke's book, Thinking in Odds, I've said that book a million times. Did I just get that wrong? Thinking in Bets. I did get that wrong. Thinking in Bets. Resulting is a process of whereby you say, okay, I'm a successful trader because I made money today. That's resulting. I don't care if you made money today. I don't care if you lost money today. I care if you followed your process. So your process is the report card that you should be judging yourself. Did I check in with myself for my mental readiness to trade? Did I scout the most likely scenario on higher time frames? Did I use lower time frames for entry and stop? Did I scale out a third into quick strength? Did I scale out a 1/3 into extension? Did I play out or stop out on the last scale? Did I size appropriately? If so, my grade is 100% A. I do not judge myself on profit and loss. I am judged by my adherence to the process. This is a job. You have to follow the rules and you need to follow the process. So at the end of the day, if you're sitting there with a loss of $500 and you've followed all of your setups and your process perfectly, then just tap yourself on the shoulder and say, good job, and keep it moving. Do not resort to resulting and saying, well, I lost money, so I'm a terrible trader, or I made money, I'm a great trader. No, maybe you just got lucky if you didn't follow your processes. Oh, you are funny. Okay. AI. Was that not a beautiful trade yesterday or what? And here's the logic. Daily bear flag in play for AI, running smack dab into the 50 MA, the 21 EMA, and the 8 EMA overhead. So we were looking for a top fish and it played out beautifully yesterday. I think there's another one possible against 2249. This is really volatile. This is for an aggressive bear. A conservative bear is waiting closer to 2347 for a short. All right, JPM. JPM has some bad news about the Epstein stuff. They have earnings tomorrow, right? Yeah, they have earnings tomorrow. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. We have this hourly EQ. I'm looking for a potential bear break. So we double top. How many times do I talk to you about JPM being so technical? All the time. We had a perfect double top with April 3rd yesterday. Perfect double top. So is this the lower high? I say that in quotation marks because it's a double top. How do we resolve out of this hourly EQ? XLF. This is a perfect weekly bear flag setup. It doesn't mean it will confirm, and I think bank earnings will determine if this confirms. But for me, we are in the put up or shut up moment for the next 48 hours, well, 32 hours or whatever, for bank earnings to determine the next step that we take in the market with this weekly bear flag over our heads. Are we going to break out of these EQs, bullish or bearish? So I think XLF and JPM hourly EQs are playable today. Lucid. I like a top fish of 838. We're up here at the daily 50 MA. We're approaching it. Looking for that weekly lower high. And an hourly lower high is the more likely scenario. I like a top fish against 838. The odds that we get to yesterday's high are very low. Not impossible, but low. Okay, I think that's all. Oh, KMX. I like KMX for first 5 minute overbought. You see that little triangle there? I'm ready for it. I reverse back burner. Where's the other one I had reverse back burner? NVDA. Let's do a reverse back burner on this one. Alert. Tell me when RSI gets to 70. And I will most likely short NVIDIA depending on what the market's doing. So SMH and XLF will have the largest impact on on our trajectory today. FRGT. It looks good. It got over 280. Daily uptrend confirmed. I mean, it's froggy. It makes me think froggy FRGT. We didn't quite get over that daily 50 MA, and 335 aggressive bears will be waiting there. If you're in long, I'd stay in long as these 5 minute EMAs are below you. You're welcome. Aw, green eggs and Cam. Thank you. Succulent Life, I love you. Hey, Marshall. I actually was a teacher for a year in a technical college, a little community college in Louisiana where I taught business, and I was a terrible teacher. At least I thought I was. And then later on I did webinars in my last healthcare business where I would teach doctors and billers about coding and practice management, and I would, do speeches in conferences and stuff. So I do love to teach, but I think as a real teacher, I would jump off a very tall bridge. AMD for Lewis, sure. Daily downtrend. Weekly, we are looking for a higher low, 90.62 key support from last week. Again, put up or shut up time on the weekly. I like a top fish here of 94.10 or first 5 minute overbought. All right, that's it for me. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. If you could give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be lovely. Hit that like button before you hit that exit button. TCGers, I'll have these notes to you in just a second. Oh, Grant, that's sweet. Rob, medical coding. All right, love y'all.